Yo, what's good, guys? I just wrapped up a bunch of work here, and I wanted to jump on real quick for the next 10, 15 minutes or so and just walk you through what I think is the proven path to 5 to 10K per month while working a 9 to 5 job or in college. And I'm going to give it to you in a way to which you can literally just take it and steal it for yourself. So why should you listen to me in the first place? Well, just 4 years ago, I was in your shoes. I was actually a lifeguard, working full-time hours, and I was also a college student. This is my college dorm here, literally looked like a prison cell. And at the time as well, I wasn't excited about the future ahead. I was majoring in mechanical engineering, which I didn't give two shits about. And I started looking into ways to make money online. But the problem is I was jumping from business model to business model without really seeing success in any of them. And then I finally cracked the code over the course of a couple months to a year, and I hit my first 10K per month while still attending college. And as a byproduct of that, that gave me the confidence to have the conversation with my parents to where I was telling them that I was going to drop out, which over the course of a couple years after that led me to where I am today, where I moved out of the parents' house, moved to Florida, got a dope apartment. And most of my time and money goes into just having fun experiences like scuba diving in Mexico or like taking a 1 month vacation to the Canary Islands and spending a ton of time there. So yeah, this video is perfect for you if you are a young man that is currently working a 9 to 5 job, or you're in college and you're just not excited about the future ahead. You don't want to work some like shitty corporate job. You're looking for a proven way to make your first 3 to 10K per month online. And then you also want a way to get rich in the future when it makes sense and when you've been doing it for a little bit longer. You have the ambition, you have the desire to be the best possible version of yourself in every area of your life, in fitness, in faith, in religion, in money too. You don't want to be some like fat 60-year-old man that is messed up in the head and has all these shitty morals, but is rich and in a Lambo, but his life sucks and he can barely do anything with the money he makes anyways. Like, you want to be good in all areas of your life, not just money, but we're talking about money in this video. And you're tired of opening your phone and going on social media like Instagram and YouTube specifically, and just opening the app and just being flexed on by people younger than you, making more money than you, flexing their life on you, and showing off their lifestyle, like their Dubai or Miami lifestyle. And you're ultimately frustrated of jumping from business model to business model without seeing any progress in any of them. If that's you, here's what I'm going to promise you in this video. This is what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you total clarity on the exact proven steps you need to go from your first $0 to your first 3 to 10K per month online in the next 4 to 12 months. If you put the work in, we're setting realistic expectations. I'm not saying you can make 10K per month in your first 30 days. But if you put in the work, you can be at a point where you're making 3 to 10K per month in the next 4 to 12 months. If you're not willing to put in the work, get the fuck off of this YouTube channel right now, okay? Cool. After that, I'm gonna shatter your current beliefs that are holding you back from making money online. And I'm gonna give you the aligned beliefs you need in order to succeed. Because you probably have a lot of beliefs about money and about how the world works that are stopping you from making money. I'm gonna destroy those in this video. And then after that, I'm going to give you a simple step-by-step roadmap that you can start to go through right after watching this video to get started as soon as possible. Cool? Cool. Number 1, identifying your main goal. So the goal is to make money online. You want to achieve time, location, and financial freedom so that you can take care of your family, you can travel, and you can essentially live life on your own terms like I'm doing at this point. You don't want to spend the rest of your life in an average 9 to 5 job. And I get it. I was the same exact person. I had the same exact feelings a couple years ago. The problem is, up until now, you haven't found anything that has clicked for you. Chances are you've tried a couple business models, or you've at least heard of a couple different things of how to make money online, and they haven't worked for you yet. You've probably heard of things like SMMA, dropshipping, trading, meme coins, crypto, copywriting, TikTok shop, UGC creator, growth operating, all of these different things. You've maybe heard of these things or a handful of these, and maybe you've even tried a couple of these and they haven't worked for you. You haven't found the thing that has clicked for you yet. Okay? Well, here's the problem. Why aren't you making your first 3, 5, 10K per month yet? You see, a lot of people watching this video right now, you're probably thinking, oh, well, I just haven't found the one that's worked yet. Maybe if I try drop shipping next, that'll work for me. Or maybe if I try copywriting next, that'll work for me. Or maybe if I try being a growth operator next, that will work for me. No, that is wrong. Despite what all of these best online business gurus have taught you about their business model, and they're like, oh my God, you have to try this one thing. The real reason you haven't made your first 3K, 5K, 10K per month online yet is because it's not because you didn't jump on the latest business model. It's not because business models are saturated, and it's not because you didn't buy the newest meme coin. It's not even about the business model you're in. It's much simpler. The real reason is because you don't understand these 4 concepts that I'm going to break down in this video. You don't even know what money is and how it's generated. You don't know what the best business model for beginners truly is, and you don't know how to set realistic goals and expectations. And then lastly, you don't understand the rule of 3. And once you understand these things, it will make total sense for why you've been jumping from business model to business model, stuck and not making any progress. And you can finally escape this kind of like trap to be successful yourself. But more importantly, you'll also have a clear roadmap to guarantee your success with making money online, both now and in the future. So, phase 1 here, this is what we're going to start with first. What even is money? And this might be a little bit boring. Maybe you're like, oh, just tell me the business model I need to try. No, you need to understand this. If you do not understand this, you will never hit 10K per month. You need to understand what money is and how it works first. So, money, all it is simply just stored value. So for example, you have a person here that has a problem. They are starving. They need food. And then you have this other person here who has a solution to that problem. They have food. This person has money. This person has food, but they're starving. And so this person exchanges their money in return for some food. Okay? Pretty simple, I know, but stick with me here. Now this person has food and a little bit of money. What is this money? Well, this money, all it is they can go now and take this money and trade it back for more food for themselves, or they can save it. They can use it in a week. They can use it in a month. They can use it in a couple years. And so really all money is it's just stored value. This person provided a solution to a problem, and now they have money. Now they have stored value that they can use at whatever point they want. So a problem caused somebody pain. Then the solution solves that problem and alleviates that pain. And this is what value is. And if you want to make 5 to 10K per month, it has nothing to fucking do with the business model you're in. It has to do with the fact that you don't know how to provide $5,000 to $10,000 of value to the market a month. So this is you, like ideally, and this is what most people go through when they work 9 to 5 jobs. You have a business owner that's very busy and they have a lot of money. And you have a person here, the average 9 to 5 worker, but this can be you at the beginning too. You have lots of time. And so you go and work for them, you provide them time, you do manual labor, and you get paid some of their money. Okay? So let's look at some more examples so you can fully understand this picture. Same happens with the online business space. Let's take, for example, Iman Gadzhi, who you've probably seen on social media. You have this market here of young guys that are like, I'm broke and I want to make money online. And then you have Iman here that says, oh, go start SMMA, which is a terrible business models for most beginners, but we won't get into that in this video. And then he provides a product called Agency Navigator. People pay, and he makes money. He is solving a problem. Now, I don't necessarily agree that starting an SMMA is the best way to do it, but he's alleviating pain. He's solving a problem for a niche. Okay? So the amount of money you make is directly correlated to the amount of value you provide to the marketplace. So if you want to make 5K per month, you need to provide 5K a month worth of value to the market. If you want to make 10K per month, you have to provide 10K per month worth of value to the market. You get paid based on the problems that you solve and the value that you provide to the marketplace. And there is no getting around this. No stupid ass way to make money online. Stop falling for this meme coin shit. I see it all the time. Stop falling for this. Learn how to actually provide real value to the marketplace so that you can get paid now and you can get paid forever. This is why all these online gurus make so much money, because they solve big problems and they create value for a lot of people. Here's the one problem with everything that I just talked about though. In order to solve problems and provide value to a marketplace, you need knowledge and you need skills. And most people don't have knowledge and skills. To solve problems, you could start by starting your own business, like launching an agency, becoming a growth operator, or building a dropshipping store. If you already have tons of high income skill sets, like you know how to create content, you know how to do operations, you know how to do systems, copywriting, sales, etc. And if you have 10K in startup capital to just blow on ads like dropshipping, and if you have previous experience and knowledge, these are things that you can do if you have all these boxes checked, but most beginners don't. What if you don't have any of that? As a complete beginner then, what you need to do if you're aiming to make your first 3 to 10K per month online is you need to find the simplest way to deliver $3,000 to $10,000 a month worth of value to the marketplace. And this is what I'll show you in a second. So what is the simplest way for a complete beginner to provide $3,000 to $10,000 worth of value to the marketplace? In order to pick the right business model as a beginner, we need to follow the criteria in place to judge what makes a good business model in the first place. So complexity is one thing that I evaluate when I look at a business model to start, which is basically like how complicated is it for a beginner, what skills are required, what experience is needed, what capital is required up front, barrier to entry. This is kind of like capital required up front, and then market state as well. Do people actually need your help and your services, or does nobody want your help and they're tired of you in the market? And so if you have a low level of complexity and you have a low barrier of entry and you have massive demand, then you have the best business model. This is how it works. So let's look at a couple examples. Dropshipping. The complexity is actually very high because it requires a lot of money to run ads, or you have to get really, really good at creating content on social media. Then as well, you need to learn how to find products, and you need to learn how to service those products in the right way. And so it just is pretty complex for a complete beginner. The market state is even worse because it's very saturated. People have been doing this for a long time. Dropshipping came out like 10 years ago probably at this point, and you're selling cheap shit from China that nobody really wants to buy. And so it's not in demand. The barrier of entry is high. And so this means that this business model is essentially a no-go for a complete beginner. And trust me, I did this business model as a complete beginner, and you might have too. It's okay. Sometimes you have to go through some of this shit to learn what actually works. Then you have something like SMMA here. High skills, because you essentially need to learn how to do outreach to find a client. Then you need to provide an actual service to that client. Then you need to learn how to retain that client, offer something valuable to them so that they stick. And a lot of people don't know how to, like a lot of people struggle just to get clients in SMMA, but when they get clients, then they just lose them because they don't actually know how to deliver their service to that client in a valuable way. And so it's just a cesspool of essentially people scamming businesses into offering like marketing services that don't actually work. And people are getting tired of this. It's very saturated. People are so sick of hiring agencies of like 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds that don't know what they're doing, and they don't do it anymore, leaving the barrier of entry at a high or medium level. Copywriting. So copywriting is just a little bit more complex, or a little less complex. It's still kind of complex because you need to learn a skill and provide value. It's in demand for sure, but it's fairly saturated because there have been a lot of people lately talking about copywriting and the business model of copywriting, which I think it's not terrible for a complete beginner to start with. I just think that there's better, which is what I'll show you here in a second, where you have very low complexity. It's not too saturated. There's not too many people doing it, and I'll prove it. And it's super in demand. And the barrier entry is very low. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars of capital up front. So the best beginner-friendly business model is info product sales. More precisely, high-ticket appointment setting. And to prove it to you, let's look at the criteria. You have a low level of complexity because you don't need to worry about marketing, building systems, operations, creating content, all of this stuff that you need in all these other business models. All you need to do with high-ticket appointment setting is focus on learning a basic skill of sales. It's an extremely low barrier to entry as well. You don't need a ton of startup capital. You don't need a ton of money to get started with it. You don't need a ton of previous skills or experience. You literally just need like a foundational level of how to actually communicate with people, which you develop this in high school usually. Excuse me. And then massive demand. It's not too saturated. So most online business models struggle to convert attention into money. And so you would basically fill these shoes. And so that creates massive demand for you. And here's essentially how it works. As an appointment setter, your job is to become a part of an existing online business that is selling a high ticket service. This can either be coaching, mentorship, or like some sort of like marketing or done for you service. And you're going to help them convert attention into sales by responding to people who are already interested in their product or service and basically persuading them to book a call. And so we have this kind of like visual of this. You have attention here that's generated usually from content or ads. You get in the DMs, or this can be also like a phone call. And then a sales call gets booked from that. You book an appointment. That's why we call it appointment setting. And then money is made on that call. And when money is made on that call, you get a percentage of that for setting that appointment. For each deal close, you usually get about 10%. It can also be 5% of the price of that product that is bought. And what I like most about this business model is not only does it make you more money, like as you get better, which gives you the capability to leave your 9-to-5 job, because if you've ever worked a 9-to-5 job, you know this. There are like coworkers you work with that are very lazy and they still get paid the same as you. You don't get really rewarded based on how hard you work. You can actually be pretty shit and still make money. This, you make more money as you get better. So you actually get rewarded for doing good work in good faith. And that gives you the capability to leave your 9-to-5 job, achieve that time, location, financial freedom excuse me, that I know you're looking for. But also you get the opportunity to work behind the scenes with a business that's already making money, right? Because again, you're getting paid 5 to 10% commission of a $2,000 to $10,000 item, meaning that business has to make a sufficient amount of money for you to work with. And you can basically see the ins and outs of how they operate. So in the future, you can eventually run one of these kind of businesses for yourself. Okay. So now that we've picked the business model and we're aware of the opportunity in front of us, how do we actually capitalize this and how do we get started? Well, first, I need to set some clear expectations for you. Because the reason most beginners don't find the success at making money they thought was possible is because they have unrealistic expectations and goals. You see, you're probably watching videos about how to make money online that are like this bullshit. The laziest way to make money online for beginners, $100+. He's sitting in his chair with like showing how easy it is. I hate this fucking. Don't even get me started. $937.55 in 2 hours, the super lazy way. $100 a day with no experience. One song, $3, unlimited. You can listen to music and make all this money. Guys, once you fall into this trap of watching videos like this, I might actually get mad in this YouTube video, but a lot of beginners watch these YouTube videos as a way to make themselves feel like they're actually doing something, but you're not. You're watching bullshit information that doesn't put any money in your pockets. Once you fall into this trap, you develop a completely false sense of what's actually possible. Because maybe at some point you think like you're gullible enough to think that you can actually do this. Here's the reality, guys. You're probably not going to make 10K per month in your first 30 days, your first 60 days, your first 90 days, or your first 120 days. It will usually take you more time than that. And when you go in with the right expectations that it is going to take me more time, you're much more likely to stick with it when shit gets hard. You get excited, you set overly ambitious and unrealistic goals, and you expect quick results. And when you inevitably hit like one problem or one small hurdle, frustration sets in. You give up, you go within a few weeks and you jump to another business model thinking, and you go in with the same expectations where you think you can make all this money super, super quick. And you just go over and over again. Here's the reality about making money online. A lot of people think that it's just like linear, right? It's like, oh, day 1, I make a little bit. Day 2, I make a little bit. Day 3, I make a little bit. Day 4, I make more. And it just keeps going up. No, this isn't how it works. So you see, it's an exponential curve. So in the beginning, it's going to be slow. But over time, it starts ramping and it starts ramping and it starts ramping and it starts ramping very, very fast. Here's the fucking problem though. Most beginners jumping from business model to business model, they get to this point and then they finally reach their breaking point. They're like, oh, I've been doing this business model for 30 days, 60 days, and I haven't made money yet. I'm going to go quit and I'm going to try another business model. The problem is, though, when they try that next business model, they have to go through this all again. Your progress resets. So you have to pick the right business model, and then you just have to stick with it. Instead of becoming obsessed with the desired outcome of like 3K, 5K, 10K per month, which is I know is what you want, focus on defining the daily inputs that you need to take every single day to make that goal basically impossible to not happen. So instead of saying like, oh, I want to make 10K per month, let me find the right business model or whatever. Instead, you should be thinking, what can I do every single day to make it so that in the next year, it's basically impossible that I don't make 10K per month. And maybe, working with somebody and getting help from somebody that's already done it is valuable here, because they can actually like have the daily actions that you need to do to hit your goal. But the action item that I want to give you for this video is set a reasonable timeline for your goal. I think a reasonable timeline, if you want to make 5K per month, it's 4 to 5 months. And then if you want to make about 10K per month, it's usually over the course of a year. Give yourself a year. And then identify what would make it impossible if you did every single day to not hit 10K per month in a year. If I do these things every single day, I will make 10K per month in a year. If you can do that, then this is where you start to get this exponential growth. For example, if you wanted to land an appointment setting role, which is what we talked about earlier as the best business model, the high ticket appointment setting, it would be impossible to do so if you never send any cold outreach to businesses. Unless you got connections from somebody like myself, which I'll talk about in a second. But now one of your daily inputs could be, I'm going to send 20 to 50 messages to business owners so that I can land my first appointment setting gig, so that I can make 5 to 10K per month. Your daily inputs should be something numerical that you can track. Otherwise, you won't know if you're making actual progress. And if for some reason you find out 20 to 50 isn't a day, then you increase it. Or 20 to 50 a day isn't enough, then increase it. So, phase 4, the beginner's roadmap. How do you actually get started? Well, I made this 80-minute video. You see, if I actually gave you a roadmap to get started, this video would be 4 fucking hours. And unfortunately, it's getting late here, and I'm about ready to go to bed. So I will have a video that's an hour and 21 minutes here that will be linked under this video that you can watch right after this. That will basically just be an extension of this video. First 10 minutes or so, we'll kind of be recapping everything I've said in this video probably. But I'll actually give you step by step, boom, 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 do this, do that, for how you can get started. And I would highly recommend checking out this video. Another thing you need to understand though, and this is going to be absolutely important and crucial, I would say, towards your success of making money, is understanding the rule of 3 here. So we determined earlier that the amount of money you make is directly proportional to the amount of value you provide to the marketplace. Well, how do you provide value to the marketplace? You need skills. And so I developed this rule of 3, which has been game changer for me, and I followed it to a T every single year of my life to just get whatever I want. And it basically states that we have 3 currencies. We have time, we have money, and we have skills. These are currencies we have in our life. And if you want more of one of these, you have to trade more of the other 2. What does this mean? Well, if you want to make more money, if you want to have this 2025 be a year where your income increases, then you need to trade your skills and your time to make that money. Here's the problem though. Most people don't have skills. And so in the beginning, ironically enough, what you actually need to do is you need to trade your time and your money for skills. Trade your time and your money for a little bit of skills, and then you trade your skills and your time for a little bit of money, and then you trade your money and your time for a lot more skills, and then you trade a lot more skills and a little bit of time for a lot more money. You can see how you can use this formula to get to the top. It's simply just exchanging one or two things for the other one that you want. And maybe when you're 60 years old and you have millions of dollars in your bank account, and now you have kids, they're at the point of maybe having grandkids, and now you just want to enjoy life and chill, then you can trade your money and your skills to get more time. You see how this formula works? And so with that being said, this video that I'm sharing in the description is extremely valuable, and you can honestly take it and go make money with it. I've had people reach out to me on Instagram and be like, yo, Trevor, I watched your video and I just made money. Like, I'm not even working with them one-on-one. But if you're at the point right now where you know you need skills and you know that that's the thing holding you back, then I have the perfect opportunity for you, because I currently run a one-on-one coaching program, which I'll show you some quick examples of in a second. But I run a one-on-one coaching program where I help young men build skills. I help you learn the skill of sales so that you can do high ticket appointment setting and make 10K per month in the next 12 months. That's exactly what I help young men do. And as an example of that, we have Muhammad here. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for the incredible opportunity you've given me. I've never imagined I'd get this excited or genuinely interested in sales, but looking back, this has been one of the best investments I've ever made in my life. So getting my one-on-one help, it does cost money, I will tell you. But again, you trade money, you trade time, you develop skills. Then you trade skills, you trade time, you make more money. This is how the world works. The great community also made it a lot better. A group of people who are all about moving forward and leveling up together. So if you're watching this video and you're almost feeling like a little bit abnormal because none of your friends and none of your other people that you know around you are wanting to try to make money online, and you kind of want to do this like in private, but you still see the importance of doing it with people, and you still like want friends that are serious and want to make money, then this is also the perfect opportunity for you, because I'm going to work with you one-on-one, like I said earlier, to build skills. But I also have dozens of other students that are also young men, either in their late teens or in their 20s, that are also doing this too. So obviously you can come to me and ask me questions, but also you'll literally have access to all these people all across the world, and you can get connected with them, some of which who are already making 5, 10, 15K per month online, like myself. Tommy here, for example, I've officially landed my first role, and he says, I've learned more about making money in 10 days than I have in my entire schooling career combined. So that's just a quick plug to the one-on-one coaching program. If you're thinking to yourself right now, this video hit hard, I know I need help, this is the opportunity for you. If you're looking for that, you can book a call in the link in the description under the video. That's going to have a direct link to me where you and I are going to jump on a quick conversation to see first if I can even help you, because maybe I can't. Maybe based on your situation, I can't help you. I hope that's not the case, but you never know. So I'll ask you some questions to see if I can even help you first, and then I'll run you through what I do. But first, I would recommend checking out this video. Make sure that I'm legit too, like check me out. You can check out my Instagram as well, and see some of the student wins on there. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go get some sleep, and you guys take care and have a great rest of your night, okay?